There's a lot of women that have a sexual duty. You know, they end up going into the bedroom they're working all day, and at the end of the night, then they need to work in the bedroom because they're stuck with this idea of sexual duty, and how much women were talking about how they felt that they were obligated to please their husband. So there's that one of the side of the spectrum. The other side is that in the bedroom, nothing is really happening. And so what I'm going to show you today is a way to take charge and really claim your space as a sexual high priestess and bring the healing to your man. And bring a different shift of what's actually going on in the bedroom. So I'm very excited. My wish for you is to show you a healing and nurturing way to use sexuality, and for you to claim your sexual authority in the bedroom. So becoming more conscious with and around your sexuality. But it takes commitment. And this is really about you committing to developing the art of intimacy. And it's about you developing a sense of lovership. And what this takes is setting aside time. So it's about making play dates. And I call this my sandbox. Now I'm using the floor, but you would use the bedroom. And you set aside specific times. It's not about getting up in the morning and having sex, or going to bed at night and just having sex because you're both in bed together. It's about making a date. So if you go and you meet up with a friend, you set a time and a date. The same thing I'm encouraging you to do with your mate. Set aside a time and come together with a specific intention, a specific purpose. And the specific purpose is connection, intimacy, and pleasure. And these are really good intentions. So I want to encourage you to make those play dates, make specific time for them. But the challenge that we have is that we have a lot of armor. And the reason why, and what I mean by armor, is we have literally stiffness that holds us back from connecting with another. That can be because we're too much up in our head. It can just be because we have stuck emotions in our body because we've repressed our emotions too much. It's just because we live in a harsh world, and it's not safe often to show your underbelly or to show your vulnerable side. This modality that I'm going to be showing you gives you a way to peel off the armor that you're wearing and give each other a safe space to be more vulnerable with each other. And that's what true intimacy is about, and connection, so that you can release that armor and you can really feel connected to each other. You know, most all of us, shall I say everybody, in our culture, in our world, in our society, has relationship issues, intimacy issues, sexual issues. It's not uncommon. And so this modality that I'm going to be showing you today has components of breath, movement, and sound. It also has components of presence, of conscious touch, and of no agenda, not trying to get somewhere. And all of these different concepts or components create an environment for a profound opening, okay? And what it basically is that it mixes the heart energy with the sexual energy. And when that happens, we can go from being wounding with our sexuality to very healing with our sexuality. And it doesn't matter what sexual orientation you are either. So this actual process that I'm going to show you today can be done with same sexes. And you know, if you're a woman and you're in love with a woman, then you can do it on each other. If you're not partnered with a woman, you can still do it on a woman as well. It's not so common for men to do it on men, but why not? We all need to access this nurturing and spiritual energy. But it doesn't have to be sex specific or just heterosexual either. So a woman can do it with a woman, a man can do it with a man. And I'm giving to a man today, but this is also so that you can teach your men how to give to you. So that's another really big wish for me, is that when you learn this sexual healing process, and it's really a ritual or a ceremony, when you learn it, then you can actually teach your beloved how to do it on you. And I call that pelvic floor maintenance, care, and feeding. If he's going to be inside you, then he needs to help take care of that part of your body. You know, if he has a car, he changes the oil, he puts all of his intention in making the car nice and healthy. So he should do the same for you. So this modality that I'm going to show you, I want you to do it to your man, or do it to your partner, or do it to, actually it's even great to do it to a potential lover. Instead of just immediately coming together and having intercourse together, instead say, I'd like to give you a sexual healing, and do this process that I'm going to be showing you today. And that's a beautiful way to really stand in your grace, and stand in your power, and stand in your spiritual sexuality as a woman. So that's another wish I have for you, is just to be able to bring this into all your, you know, into a new relationship, into an existing relationship, and help it transform. So the AW practice, and it used to be NAW, it stands for nurturing, awakening, and healing. And what it is, it's a healing practice, and it's a full chakra practice. So when we go to healers, they're working on our body, but this modality is actually working on all the chakras, including the sex center, and even the base, the bottom of the body. The other thing that with this modality is that specifically one person is the receiver and the other person is the giver. So in this example, Ted is my male receiver and I'm going to be the female giver. And so there is no change in role. When we typically have sex with each other, we are exchanging, and we're receiving, and then we're giving, and things can get kind of jumbled. And there's nothing wrong with it. It can be a lot of fun, right? But the beauty of this modality is that you are actually, one person is specifically the receiver, the other person is specifically the giver. And what I'm really doing is I'm holding space for the receiver's full expression of their sexuality. And so when we're going like this back and forth, we get jumbled up. It's like we don't know whether to receive, or now we need to touch, or we get, you know, which way is it going? Instead, there's a complete defined way in which the energy is flowing. This person is going to be given an opportunity to open to whatever level is available to the receiver. And that's a profound thing. It's, you know, not many people have the opportunity to fully sit back and receive with all of their chakras without thinking, oh, I need to touch back. And so this is a beautiful process. So it's called the AW. It was created by Caroline Muir from the Divine Feminine Institute. That's where I got my certification. And I'm here to show you that process today.